Shalom, God's people. Today we're going to tackle a little bit different topic concerning entertainment of small children, especially the animated movies or what we usually call cartoons. How will you feel when you realize a small one, a young person, has been harassed by an outsider and never come to report to you as a brother, as a sister, as a mother, or as a father, or maybe as a guardian? You try to understand what has happened. You try to figure it out. Maybe you're a failure. Maybe you never tried to open up to this kid. Or someone must have threatened this person. But sometimes that is not the case. Sometimes they learn these things from the animated movies, from cartoons. We have so many types of cartoons, which they're like angel friends, like Tom and Jerry, Cinderella, Lion King, Ben 10, SpongeBob, SquarePants, Cinderella. I mean, name them. But there are a lot of things which happens around these cartoons, these kids' movies, these kids' animations, and which we don't understand as a parent. So some of behaviors these children get from is from cartoons, not from guardians, not from teachers, not from you yourself as a parent, or from a brother, or from a sister, but they learn them from cartoons. The book of Proverbs chapter 27, verse 23, it is written, "Be sure you know the condition of your flock. Be careful, give careful attention to your herds." Give careful attention to your herds. So the Bible, the book of Proverbs, teaches us to understand what is happening around our flock. This round we're talking about small children. Try to imagine you wake up one day, you receive a call from a teacher, maybe your son or your daughter is in boarding school, and the teacher tells you your son or your daughter is an alcoholic, is taking alcohol, is taking drugs. You fail to understand who taught this person, this kid, to do these things. You fail to understand. So sometimes they get this information from animated movies, from cartoons. For example, violence. Cartoons teaches children to be violent because there is use of guns, there is use of swords, and all these violent fights in cartoons. Sometimes they teach children to be scandalous. Cartoons appreciate scandals. Yeah, they show kids how one will be perceived by other kids when they are scandalous, when they steal other things from other students or from other kids, when they are rude to their teachers. They feel that they are perceived nice by other colleagues, by their colleagues. Cartoons also teach young boys to masturbate. I have seen a cartoon, a male cartoon, cleaning his genitals using a vacuum cleaner. And from the cartoon, the perception is this: the cartoon is enjoying. How will you feel as a parent when you see your son watching these things and you cannot control them? You need to control them early, as long as you understand these things, or you need to teach them. Remember, most of these cartoons, they are written general viewing, so no parental guidance is needed. But for sure, most of these cartoons need parental guidance. They also teach our children, our young daughters, our young sons, that teenage sex is fine. They also teach that gayism, lesbianism, transgender, all this LGBT agenda is fine. They teach them that. They also teach our sons and daughters that night parties, birthday parties, the so-called all-white parties, they have to do sex during those parties. You don't understand how the children get to know this. Some of this they get from cartoons, for sure. Also, like twerking, girls twerking. Kids usually think these things is normal, but they are annoying God. Sometimes teaching alcohol taking, and also being glutton, taking too much food. Like there are cartoons which they always appreciate pizza and junk. Teaching your kids how to do these things. Eating throughout. Sometimes you as a parent cannot understand, but some of these things come from cartoon. Remember, these animation are done by kid psychologists. They understand the psychology of kids better than you, so they know exactly what they are doing. Take your time. Sometimes when these cartoons are playing, try to go do slow motion. You realize a lot of things, a lot of genitals involved, a lot of crap, a lot of things which I cannot mention. They also teach our sons and daughters the hero mentality. Remember these cartoons, especially boys, they like being heroes. You find a boy jumping from a very high hill or having high mountain. They die somewhere, they get injured. Some boys have drowned in lakes, in sea, in water, in dams, just because they are practicing what they saw. And no one was there to tell them these are just animations. You as a parent, you try to understand what's happening. They're trying to maneuver in water because they saw cartoon maneuvering. They also teach our sons and daughters about celestial versus terrestrial. How you can encounter demonic world while you're still here. This looks like a soft movie. They are like soft horror movies. They teach our children how to encounter these demons like Belphegor, Beelzebub, Asmodeus, Lucifer, Leviathan, Incubus and Succubus. They show our children that a demon can fight an angel and win the game. Later, when your kid grows to a teenage, from a toddler to a teenage, they cannot understand between an angel and a demon who is powerful. They can't understand. They also teach your child the never report mentality. These cartoon animations show that it is dangerous to report when your sibling or when your colleague has done something wrong. They appreciate those who don't report. So when your child is harassed outside there, when they come home, they can't report because already since they are 2 years old, when they are 3 years old, they had been shown by cartoon, it is bad to report. The cartoons are very nice entertainers. They entertain a lot. But you as a parent, you need to take much time and understand these cartoons. You need to understand all these cartoons. 1 or 2 sometimes. Yeah, I've seen a cartoon celebrating, those who are against their parents. A cartoon saying, oh, mom, I cannot go to sleep till I watch all these movies. What does that teach your child? That they can do anything what they wish. You can't stop them. So when a kid grows with that mentality, when they become a teenage, they'll give problems to you. When they go to school, whether secondary school, they start having problems. But you don't understand this thing started when they were very young. Parenting is not a walk in the park. Whether you're a guardian or those kids you are having are your blood. You need to understand all these things. And one day God will ask you, when these things are happening, what were you doing as a parent? You thought, oh, everything is okay. Television, YouTube, fine. But there are a lot of crap going on there. A lot of crap. Even if the script says that this cartoon is for general family viewing, for sure, 90% of the cartoons needs parental guidance. Your son, your daughter can't understand. They usually think these things are real. Since you can't stop them 100% because some are in school, take your time to understand what is happening around them. As it's written in the book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 23. Of course, not all characters are from cartoons. Some, of course, are 100% parental, some from teachers, some from the churches, some from peers. But let's know what is happening around our sons and our daughters and also our siblings. Have a blessed season, God's people. May the Lord give us wisdom, knowledge, and understanding on how we are going to tackle this. Amen.